at Rotterdam School of International Studies at Nantes. Happy New Year. Good to see you. So, Kim Jong-un starting off the new year saying, guys, we got to get the economy going, focus on that. Plus, get things good with our brethren in the South. Very unusual, not just for him, but for any North Korean leader. What is the signal to you? It sounds like a pretty big shift.
Well, I think Kim Jong-un, he knows that North Korea faces daunting economic, political, and social challenges, and he has to basically reform the country. But no, we already don't know yet whether he is a reformer or whether he will pursue policies of his father.
So my question to you is this, okay? Why now? Because daunting economic challenges, that characterizes North Korea back, I don't know how many decades, right?
Well, there are a number of reasons. Number one, you have leadership transitions in China and South Korea and the U.S., and so you have all this political transition going on. And plus, of course, he tries to win his public image at home. So it's domestic factors that he's still trying to solidify his image at home and his power base at home.
There's another issue too, right? You can actually make these sort of calls when you have a blossoming nuclear capability. Doesn't that put you in more of a position of strength to be able to say, I'm now going to be out of a position of strength, a leader that calls and we have more communication?
That goes to his rocket launch, successful rocket launch a couple of weeks back. That he was he showed that the North Koreans are willing to do that. But in order to do any type of meaningful socio-economic reforms, in other words, open up the country, he knows that he has to give up its nuclear and WMD programs.
How does the military feel about all this?
Probably, we North Korea, we really don't know. We could be all guessing, right? But based what we really know is this: there are hardliners, probably hardliners that prefer to be military, that prefer the military strong policies, and they may not be happy to give up the WMD program.
China is such a pivotal actor in all of this, isn't it? So Beijing, new leadership, are they going to play a greater role in engaging Pyongyang, number one? And at one point last year, there was some hope, very murky, as we said earlier, that North Korea could be moving towards a more Chinese economic model. Are we getting any clarity on that at all? The China
we have Xi Jinping coming to power, and he's still focusing inward. Basically, from the Chinese perspective, they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to make sure they don't want to collapse North Korea, and they don't want to let North Korea collapse. And at the same time, they don't want any major crisis on its periphery.
Okay.
So the key point for the Chinese is really domestic stability and leadership transition.
Yeah.
And so the cost of supporting Kim Jong-un is probably less than willing to any other type of policy.
Right, and probably worth spelling out. I mean, what China fears basically is a spillover, a couple 100,000 North Koreans across the border looking for a better life or something like that. Okay, back to the military, and I don't think we can overstate this point here. If Korea opens up in any way, shape, or form, liberalization, economic, political, whatever, it is the military who stands where that stands.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. North Korea has been basically, Kim Jong-un, his power is based on his WMD and missile programs, all right? So he has to, in order to do any meaningful social economies, he has to give them up. But the military will probably block that because all the leverage, of the political leverage.
So what can he give them back in return? Say, guys, look, we're going to do away with this whole nuclear thing, and we're going to take away your businesses and everything. What do they want back? What can
they don't really have that many options, you see. They don't really have many options, and that's why we really don't know whether North Korea is willing to, going to reform or not. So in any case, they face a lot of questions, a lot of conundrums
right now. Not really know the tangible action is coming.
Yeah, probably. It has to do also with, you have South Korean elections, and Mr. Park is going to be the next South Korean president, so there will be changes probably in the North-South Korean relations, and probably maybe pave a way for possible future summit between two leaders down the road.
I just sort of put this to you, Michael. The tension's still quite high in the community, as you pointed out. Does that necessarily rule out a return to six-party talks?
That depends on North Korea, China, and everybody else. But really, it's really too early to say whether they will be willing to go back to the table. Perhaps with the U.S. speech, there will maybe a willingness to go back to the table. But at this point, really don't know yet.
Okay, listen, Michael Raska, good to talk to you. Appreciate the time. Come back to you soon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you very
Michael
much.
Raska there from NTU, Nottingham Technological University. And more to come with Michael Yoshikami, our guest host. Email him or email us with questions. squawk@cnbcasia.com. Okay, markets in Hong Kong coming online to start our first trading here 9:30 sharp Hong Kong Singapore time. Let's get right to Emily Chan to find out how we're shaping up. But before we talk about the market, Ems,